and see.
Exactly.
And sometimes what happens is by doing that, you may discover, okay, I like this technology, or I don't like this technology, or you may realize or understand that no, I'm not made for it. So,
Maybe I think it's not for me, right?
so you never know. You never know. So if you are looking for a job, it's not possible that you from morning 9 o'clock to till 6 o'clock you keep applying the jobs online, and it doesn't work this way.
Yeah.
So, and what I've experienced here is if you begin with if you start with the freshers, it would be more challenging because IT is something where you always when it comes to an IT, specifically in development, a website designing, or it could be a application development. It is more about how you, like, like when you complete your uni or your study, it is more theory part. But when you a lot more theory, of course there are a lot of assignments and practical things, but it's more and when you join a company and there's ongoing projects going on, the platform could be different than what you studied in. And that's where, like, if you got a project managers, a database admin, and the designer in your team, and as a freshers it would be very hard to cooperate with them. And that's where they do not prefer freshers to be on board, because they would spending more time teaching or explaining them rather than get the work through them. So what I would recommend as like in IT, if you are a freshers, if you want to get into the industry, of course, and you guys must have experienced it as well. So you start something by yourself, as in like you may develop some projects, not with one which is with the university. So by the time when you get into the interview, or you may go somewhere for internship, you would have those projects to display that I've worked on this one. Sometimes if you don't find anything with the actual requirement, you can start building your own projects, like small websites or an application or a kind of a things which you and you really learn into it. Like if you Google it, if you YouTube, like a lot of videos are there, and which will teach you like how to do it and what should be. And if you come across with the errors, there are also some portals where you can get help of. And that's how you can start working for it. If you do it for at least 6 months or 1 year time, or I would say keep it as an ongoing process along with your job hunting process
together, concurrently
together. So how it, like, if you are looking for a job, it's not possible that you from morning 9 o'clock to till 6 o'clock you keep applying the jobs online, and it doesn't work this way. So what I would reckon is you start doing something, maybe .NET, maybe PHP, maybe if you don't have those ideas, then you start with at least Photoshop or something like that. And meanwhile you will develop your interest. And when you get into the interview, of course, the in IT interview start with the technical questions, but the developers or a team leads always wanted to see how the logic of that particular candidate works, how he thinks, how he applies his logic to a technical development. So if you have those experience to share with him or her in the interview round, you got a very good opportunity to showcase like how you was working. Like normally when you go to any interview, 10 out of 9 time or 7 time, the interviewer always ask about what was your role in previous company, what you was doing there. So when you do not have a previous company to talk about, why not you have one project where you can talk about a lot in details, and you say, okay, I've used these tools and I came across with those error, and then I've had to change the tools, I spoken to my friend, I called somebody. So that will show you how you will struggle with the situation and how you come out with the solutions. So those part would really help to pass the message that you can cope with any project, so you can deal with the situations and you can get it through. So that will help you somewhere to get a job. And anyway, if you make a mathematics, you're just looking for a job. So instead of wasting the time on social media and other platform, why don't you focus more on the development and see? And sometimes what happens is by doing that, you may discover, okay, I like this technology, or I don't like this technology, or you may realize or understand that no, I'm not made for it.
So maybe I think it's not for me, right?
So you never know.